Probably not all three of them. You can't train Ra either. Hear this word. Next to him, he also spoke. This kid hasn't reached that level yet. Maybe he's still wondering. Why did you give him the medicine? Peach her, I'm not looking too much for the worst right now. And I don't really appreciate it. The power of this person. Before that, she advised. Just because you know. He has a relationship with the city. So help him a little. But this has something to do with the long-term survival of the universe. Solve this king of medicine. I still have to rely on you. I can hear the ridicule in their words. But most probably I didn't notice the cold smile. Kua kua kua. The old man already felt that he was the champion of the round. I'd better give you a little fuzzy chicken knitting. They don't tell me to rape you. Something if you are in a hurry to lose to me again. I'll let you enjoy a little. What's new is true knitting. End words. In his hands he creates a master of knitting honey. Secret 9 Celestial Dragon Yin in the eye condensed. Medicine in the blink of an eye soars into the air. Right after that, the fire in your hand is constantly burning. After a moment, everyone saw a fictionalized image of Kim Long. It was accompanied by the sound of a dragon. They make everyone afraid. Fire in the blink of an eye. Take the medicine in the air and swallow it. And then it turns into a medicinal fluid, and it starts to work. A move just came out. Everyone at the same time screamed in amazement. This is the practice of witchcraft, but blinking has been trained. They used to be. I've never seen knitting like this. So there's no escaping the surprise. After knitting medicine on the hands began to practice chemistry. Most likely, one side controls the fire. One side arrogantly turns its eyes towards everyone. Disdain to say, "Oh, the translucent chickens, it is not yet your turn to be with you." Hand pointing, foot drawing. Head of the comment. It's far less. See this scene. Strictly not out of fear. How can you? A boy like you. It's possible to own such a magical knitting body. Say not too much. Even seriously, he was the first monk of the celestial universe. I can't understand all the kids. This is of course hidden. To fool everyone. Strictly on one side, it's just as amazing to see this. Shouting out to Master, what is the trick? This issue is serious. Strictly can't answer. But if you don't know, his reputation built up 15. In the blink of an eye will surely collapse. So he can only laugh. Pretend to be your knitting grumpy. Nothing worth asking all the time. On the outside, he pretended to be calm. But in my heart, it's really close. This is one of the most common. Threatened to the position of the first knitting practice. He's his heavenly host. So he had to kill him. To eradicate the afterlife, he must not survive. Regardless of everyone's expression, his only goal is to be serious. So he turned towards him with contempt. Fire in my hand says, "Seriously, elder, are you worried? Take advantage of training time. Finish your medicine. Lao Tzu won't wait for you anymore. The second round is still Lao Tzu's." Look at the proud expression of the most powerful. Strictly not out of anger. But he can't do anything right now. Just stand there silently, no words. Stand up to the high floor. Capture all of this in the eye, blinking mood soars. 2. The king of medicine also dropped his hands into silence. It shows that in his heart he has lost. It's just my mouth not admitting it. The owner couldn't believe it. I can't believe I'm not dreaming. That boy. That made the king of medicine chase not in time. Long-form owner is a bit fascinated by this one. I can't help but sigh for an hour. That's right, Kier really despised him before. My sister, take a look. Are you dreaming? That boy. How can you be so strong? The owner shook his head not very clearly. Instead, look at the city. Inclination. Did you know early on that he wasn't the type? That's why I chose him as my husband, right? Otherwise, we are the owner of the building. How can I marry a 3-year-old man? Hear this word. My face is a little red. To avoid the eyes of Chin. Then say, sister, don't laugh at me. At that time I was cold. I'm just worried about the survival of the Pentagon. But also afraid of her soul no way I nourish. I think he is the same as the devil. That's why I agree with him. Even before that, I saw him practicing strange tricks. But it's unexpected. He can make sugar poison again. The king is a prophet. She had just finished speaking as if she understood. Rolled his eyes to the bottom of the pottery and said, this boy. It's a hidden treasure. But we are few. It can bring about the survival of the universe. Put it on him. Then, I hope I can rely on him and dig her out. We can save the lives of the armed forces. To grow in joy. Soft eyes. Look at the arrogant teenager standing there. She believes she can rely on this person. At the same time on the side of the old court of Than Van. Now the air is constantly dropping. Look seriously, standing there. He slapped angrily on the table. Looking towards the worst of the world. Who do you say to the Lord? Listen to that kid after all. Where did it come from? Why is he serious about knitting? He was riding her head. The 5 elders next to him were a little surprised, but very quickly calculated the way back. Laughing softly. To Prince Yentam. Based on the strength of the old man, how can you let that arrogant boy face Ra? Oh AI. There must be a solution right now. Wait until the win is decided. To see, how can he survive on this earth? With the pursuit from the... Afraid that, at that time, people hated it even more than us. The Holy Father heard this word. I can't help but look seriously. I saw him now stand up. I just nodded. Get angry and go back to your seat. And there's a dead man in the back, listening to the two of you. Now they are in the same boat. But he couldn't stop being afraid. There's really no good people here. The names of these 5 elders. I want to replace the old guard. Relieve the mood. But actually, it's all about taking responsibility. Pour on your head seriously. Add oil to the fire. It's really evil. He is with. You have to be careful with these wolves. If it's not sold, I don't know. Except 167 phosphoresis. In the face of the provocation of the most evil. Seriously, I'm really angry. But very quickly he regained his composure. Focus on knitting medicine. Most likely the other person saw this. Not from feeling. And he can hold it. It is indeed the first heaven to train monks. Of course the mood is calm. Thought then he gave a wicked smile. That's not enough to give him a few more shots. Probably the most serious direction. Extravagant provocation. The speed of your medicine is so slow. Not until you finish training. How do I give you BA? The word just ended. Seriously, he was attacked. But the movement in the hands doesn't stop. Concentration of medicinal chemistry in hand. But here digging her, she looked at him desperately. I can't help but remind the boy. If you were ahead, then quickly practice knitting medicine. Take the army, free for a long night of dreams. Stand next to see. He also gave advice. That's right, Master Song. On the field this knit bar changes the blink of an eye. I hope you take the time. She just finished the most sure thing. Look at her. Laugh me, a voice commented. Lady, do you know what this is about? Peeing, a little stunned, but very quickly calmly laughed. The master wants to test me. Look at the medicine that the master has just cultivated. It's mostly mildly positive. According to the Dane, it is probably Yongnan. The main effect is to get rid of gas in the body. Erection of the aerosol condensate. You can go to a 6th level. Probably laughing for an hour. My eyes are cold and I look at you. It's a broad understanding, of course, but did you know that I trained it to give to the AI? I can't hear you out of surprise. What does knitting have to do with her? So she couldn't shake her head. I'm most likely to see this scene. I turn my head coldly to give it to you. Because your mouth is too convenient. I'm sure there's too much air in you. Let me help you adjust a bit. On a small face follow this word in the blink of a panicked eye. The body is constantly trembling. Before that, she despised the power of the worst. So now he retaliated. It can't be refuted at all. That the people above can hear you without anger. This kid is so small. It's just as awkward for a little girl. Thank God after hearing this. Then agree to nod. The owner is right. This kid is really small. This little girl dared to be sarcastic. Of course he won't leave it alone. So we'd better not poke him. Be careful, he's avenging us. Don Pepper next to. I can't help but remember the first time I was humiliated. Look at everyone, not in agreement. But on the face is constantly arrogant. The owner saw her expression. Not out of the cold. What the hell are you proud of? People don't put her in their eyes. There is only one person who thinks. She is his only one. In what capacity is it arrogant? But at this point, I suddenly screamed. He dared to. She just finished. People are startled. Why did she have such a big reaction? But very quickly remember a time ago. People can't help laughing. Haha, the owner is like a tight wife. I can't help but hear this word. Bowed his head with a red face. Suddenly right now, at the bottom of the knitting training appeared mutant. A blue liquid. In the blink of an eye, fly towards the fire in your hands. It is most likely to become one. It's probably most terrifying to see this. Seriously, it has stopped now. Looking towards the surest side, he laughed. Master Song said. The old man had finished his medicine. It can be knitted immediately. The third time, you don't have to give me. You should do your own thing, haha. He was just deliberately slowing down. Just kidding for a moment. That's serious. You can train in such a short time. Of course the power is not bad. He thought and calmly looked at the grave. What did you throw in my medicine? Serious eyebrows furrowed. Refuse give the opinion shake your head throw. Old people don't do things that destroy people. Not practicing knitting like that. It's just an old man practicing medicinal chemistry. I accidentally dropped a few drops. Maybe it's time to get into your medicine. This is just a monk. I hope Master don't pay too much attention. Hear this word. Most certainly not out of contempt. The first heaven to train monks. The best way to train monks. Could this be a minor accident? He was obviously intentional. He then checked the fire in his hand. I can't help but be terrified. Words just came out. Everyone shook their heads in horror. Right now, a teenager in the audience exclaimed. Translate Coyote. It's a shame. Chinese training is knit. The medicinal material used is mild medicinal properties. But the serene translation. It's made from the neighbors of two-level beasts. The serene nature. This Ra is the Korean sound object. That includes gas. Poison like that. Compatible with all the medicinal herbs of Nan. Once imported pharmacy knit. Medicine will be because of yin and yang contrast that greatly reduce the pharmacological force. Don't tell me about the three pieces. Maybe you can only practice the best. It's a pity. With a cold smile, he looked at the angry face of the devil. Do you remember your last oath? Once you leave this position, you have to hand over your head. The old man is here and he is waiting. The laughter echoed through the entire hall. Peach Coco Cole lightly shake head. This kid has a great knitting system. It's a pity that the mood is unstable. Above the noble guest, the Lord of Heaven saw this scene. Laughing out loud with a crazy cheer, ha ha. Of course, the elders have a way. At the same time, on the floor of the city, the three people who danced for a long time were equally angry. Long form holder is not scolded. This kid can't stand the compliment. I just praised him for being able to take charge. Save the long dance, but he was killed for a while. Let you be proud. This time the advantage is not easy to create. It's gone now. The owner also sighed that that's right. This guy is really not comfortable working. Keep going like this, don't tell him to save the fire. Even his life is hard to keep. We still have to think about how to save him. No more than to owners. I don't see a problem right now. You have no right to blame them. He is clearly an outsider. There's no responsibility. Have to stand out to take responsibility for the survival of the long-standing. It's a long dance. You're being helped. If you succeed, it was a long dance, and they were lucky to be saved. If Y7 fails, they also have no right to criticize. I just want to understand her very well. Just stare at it the most. I don't blame him. And he said he's changing his tune. Maybe not a little bit of hope. If the bias here is probably the same as him. Don Pepper urgently asked for help. HOA form teacher. Save the Mandarin. Long form reluctant owner. Only God can save you now. She is also disinterested. Now turn to long 9. Let's test you. You guys seem to be very familiar. I don't know how you feel about this. Hear this word. Thank heaven and young not from the computer hedgehog casually said. What can we do to save him? We need to save him. 9 standing next to it. It's not a brush, I'm sure. The lungs are about to explode. Someone else like him. This time he is playing like this, he can hold his breath. Thank God that just finished. 3 HOA danced awesome things. It's a little bit unclear, looking down. Suddenly now. On the other side of the island fell to the ground. His face murmured with fear. That person is not my brother Song Yu. He is the creator of 168 dragon gods. According to Dong Thien Ba, everybody's looking down. At this time, the body is most definitely scattered. Everyone is afraid to look. The owner was surprised to see his spirit. Muttering suspiciously, or Sauken. This is bravery. Get all of your aura focused on your eyes. Don't say normal. Even high-ranking men like them can't do it either. Before, she thinks he's just a playboy. I don't know, the sky is thick. Over and over again I almost lost my life. If they don't act in time. This guy died a long time ago. But this moment, you can really understand this boy. Simplicity is very strong. Must know that if you want to kill, you must have a motive. The more evil the action, the heavier the intention. A person who has always been arbitrary, that can bring the whole idea of murder. Focus on those 2 eyes. Even the king of medicine is very sensitive. For every tree, the grass can't send out bodies. More, the color in your eyes can be this deep. Even the gladiators as they see it. I also feel the bullying. How many people did he kill in the end? It is possible to accumulate such strong gas. This person is obviously, it's impossible to be a junior of a third-class family. Was a young man playing loose. Where did you get such a powerful weapon? Think about it or ask. What kind of god is this person? At Sao disguised as Songangok. Appeared in the territory of the HOA long dance. She just finished. Predisposition and application form. The owner also thought. She said no wrong. Such a powerful figure faked corn. Take another identity to this place. There must be a purpose. Currently, he is helping the flower dance for a long time. What do they say right now? They don't want to chase 9. Long 9 stood on one side to see if they raised suspicions. Hurry up and explain to the head office. The appearance of this boy. For a long dance is a blessing. Not a disaster. Surprise is even long devil. You don't always give the best face. Now speak up for him. That's right, Billions. This boy is not a good man. But now I can save the dance. You're afraid it's just him. She just finished. The 9-year-old and the 9-year-old suddenly turned to look at her. No one expected her to speak up for him. Look at the expression of two people. Long, kneeling a little embarrassed, said, "What are you watching me do? I'm just telling the truth. This boy does have some kind of bravery." Long, kneeling, said, "No, wrong. Most likely, he is a rare genius. Even though the personality is a bit deceitful and extravagant, but his strength and power is the truth. Even if you hate them, I can't help but praise him." Suddenly, at this moment, Yang Yang smiled softly. "Haha, this boy is not going to stop. It's coming soon." No, according to his words, everybody's looking down at the same time. But the gas is spinning. Most of them slowly withdrew. It quickly disappeared like never before. See this scene. Thank heaven, and Yang surprisingly shouted, "What's wrong with this kid? That's not his style at all." The worst thing is to take a deep breath and bring anger down. Think about the 4 words behind the cloak and laugh quietly for an hour. My goal in coming to this place is to save the world. For the long dance show, I want to be in exchange. There is also a long dance. I don't want the king to get it. The desire to influence the path of the lost. But beyond this hour, he also paid off the debt of gratitude. Help her fulfill her wish. Bring the 4 most popular words of dawn. Magic power fake. What I don't like most is the debt of others. Think about here. The world has finally started to act. Why hands up? Bring the fire into the kill. I can't wait to see this scene endlessly. He doesn't want to use the top of his hat. The king of medicine saw this. Can't help but laugh coldly with contemptuous lips. Your medicine cabinet is broken. If you use the top oven, do not cook 3 products. You should accept defeat. His knitting skills. This is as mundane as you can guess. He just finished turning to the grave. 4 letters on the back. Say with contempt, "See that you are just a doctor." I think this is the best. My power and you. It's the difference between heaven and earth. Take a good look. He said he moved forward in everyone's expectation. A previous move by Y. It really made people feel good. So this time, everyone is looking forward to seeing you. Look, Master Song is about to leave. The wind is coming. Fortunately, even the feet are waiting to see him. I can't help but think, this boy is about to go out again. But in everyone's waiting eyes, the worst is only coming. 2 hands embrace the top batch, spray saliva into. Action just came out. Everyone was astonished in the eyes full of doubt. There's a lot of talk around. Don't look around. Master Song, he spat again in the dawn oven. What is this boy doing? Spitting on knitting or denting with us? It's hard to imagine. Even heaven is called his brother-in-law. I don't know what he wants to do. Out of my mouth. What is this? But now he doesn't stop speculating. With the personality of the most ordinary, maybe you want to insult everyone here. Then kill it. Urinating on the radio. Knitting practice is also constantly horrified to look at. Doubt or shout. Master Song, what are you doing? Lots of words, of course. Lucky to be in time. He ended his words with a serious laugh. Immortals, I will show you now. What is the difference in the practice of knitting? Diamonds are things in the lake. When you meet the wind, you turn into a dragon. So after knowing, Serious Tongue deliberately put phosphorescent and fire. He came up with this way to fix it. I think in the worst hands. Suddenly pressed the handle towards the knitting furnace. Scream out loud. Translucent Yang turned solid dragon sword to heaven. In the blink of an eye, the fire in the kiln wanted to go out. Suddenly the golden light. A dragon's voice echoed. To bring everyone's eyes to the top lot. Right now, in the kiln, a golden island appeared. Turned into a fire dragon along the cylinder that rotated. Everybody's looking this way. Not out of wonder. This one is more unbelievable than the previous one. Save the most amazing leg came long this fall into the eye. The mouth never stops complaining. He practices 15. This is the first time he saw some people practice knitting to such an astounding degree. Look seriously at your actions. There is no feeling in my heart. Very quickly in the hand has mobilized resources. Promote the process of chemical training. Most likely look at him. It's too late to despise the old man. The second round is still ours. The words in the hand of the decider begin to change. His mouth kept muttering. God Dragon successfully recovered rotten. Long air enters Deem Lin Don City. In the blink of an eye, the blinking of the photosphere explodes. It's going to be Venus in the air. Then hit hard towards the top. A loud explosion was heard. The fire dragon's body suddenly exploded, forming a fireball. Finally, follow the roar of the fire. All of the light condenses together to form the knit. Most definitely holding the ball in your hand. Mouth slightly raised. Arrogant sheep hope towards everyone said. 3 medicinal knitting products Long Duong Dan City. Adhesives 169 automatic dissolving. According to the statement of the most ordinary. Everyone's in shock. When people react, it's unbelievable. Master Song's medicine is not broken. Sao Sao can also make 3 medicinal knitting products. I can't believe it either. Knitting medicine in your hands is 3 products. She doubted Master Song. Are you sure this is a 3-pack? Most likely, despite everyone's judgment. Calmly bring the medicine to her cold. You are the commentator. Of course, let you check. As if using the naked eye. If you can't see it, drink it. I didn't notice. He just finished. A small smile in my heart immediately. This is clearly a joke. She's just looking at her last combination. Even if it's food, she never drinks. Not just her. Everyone in the audience. We are also waiting for the test results. So don't stop screaming and urging. Let's analyze. Look at everyone's reactions. The doctor came forward. Take the medicine from the most evil hand. One day she held it in her hand. There was a ray of wonder in his eyes. Not only does this medicine not have warmth, it just came out of the oven. Not even the smell. It's like throwing mud into a lump. Basically, no level. It's not. This guy looked terrible before. Can't come. Even the best Don can't train raw. Maybe there's something strange about this knit. For a long time, she still doesn't see the rank of this medicine. The surgeon shook his head with a Master Song, I'm sorry. This dragon ocean knit of yours has. Little fool can't see the level of knitting medicine. The word just ended. Everyone in the audience was surprised. If you are a doctor, what will you do? There's no hierarchy. 2 is this medicine. It's just a bunch of drugs. I don't see the level. Hear the whisper. The most likely discussion is laughing for an hour. Look at the small talk. Or you can drink it and see how high it is. This word just came out. The crowd immediately boomed and said, drink it. Smiling for an hour. In the eyes of relentless hesitation, swooshing towards the surest side of the world. Look at the medicine in your hand. She really didn't cry. If this medicine is real, it is not. But if not, you have to drink his saliva. But right now, my feet suddenly spoke up. The judge doesn't need to drink it. Just split this medicine in 2. It is possible to distinguish its rank. I can't wait to finish the sentence. It's like saving a life. Just do it in Master Liu's way. People go. End of the words in the hands of a hasty pair of knitting medicine. Accordingly, a fragrance accompanied by the principal, start from the inside out. Lan reached everyone in the audience. Everyone who sees this scene is amazed. His feet were no exception, he screamed. This is. The medicine is too strong. Still haven't drunk. That the whole force is burning. If you drink, there's nothing to say. I can feel the power. Spread out in the palm of your hand. Fear of feeling. This knitting is definitely not just 3 products. And then she screamed, here are 5. An hour of this statement actually make the perception of save most pins change. Using to medicinal products, you can make 5 Danish products. Who can do it? The 2 eyes widened in horror as they looked forward. He doesn't stop speculating. What kind of god is this man? So young, but excellent knitting. It's just unpredictable. Suddenly now, knitting medicine on the hand's urinal appeared mutant. The power of this medicine is very fast. Immediately dropped down. There are signs of decline. I saw the fear screaming. Wait, this medicine can demote itself. It's now from dawn. Words just came out. And everyone was terrified again. It's weird. I've never heard of medicine being able to downgrade itself. But don't wait for doubt to be answered. Speak kindly again. Now it's 3. Top 2 products. Until the needle disappears without a trace. Peace stain terrified scream. I don't see it wrong. This medicine is gone. This is just medicine. The space is silent. Everyone's looking at the demonic phenomenon in front of them. The whole thing doesn't sound. That's why some drugs can disappear in the air. There's only the pharmaceutical residue left. This medicine is really thrilling. It's basically impossible to judge. He looked awkwardly towards the most certain direction. Master Song, what is this? Refused for comments. Most likely laughing, I told you to drink. Even if you want to drink, there's no more. Minor music.